Hey guys, welcome back to BHB, and today we have another topic for you. 2020 NBA news, of course. Not really news, but more of a hot topic. Here's the fight for the number one pick, because honestly, there's a lot of teams, a lot of players that are gonna be coming up in the draft. I'm just gonna name the top 5 prospects. I've researched multiple NBA websites, who they think are gonna be like making the mock draft top 5, and a general consensus. And this is in no particular order, but the top 5 prospects are going to be LaMelo Ball, James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, and Nico Mannion. I really hope I said that dude's last name right. But anyways, so yeah, those are the top 5 prospects going into the 2020 NBA draft as of the 15th of January. And that's relatively interesting to me, seeing that there are no power forwards, there's only one big man, and there are 3 guards. So basically, I just looked at the top 4 teams, or the bottom 4 teams in the NBA, and I'm looking at them like, okay, so who's gonna be in actual contention for the number 1 pick? And then I looked at who's probably gonna be in contention for number 4, 3, 2. I just picked the bottom 4 teams and looked at them, and basically I'm gonna be naming them off, and I'll be going through each one of their draft chances, and honestly who they should pick, what I think they would pick, and where I think they're gonna end up. Because a lot of teams, all teams are trying to tank, but the general managers can't really control what the players do. All the players want to win, they want to put up numbers, they all want to have the fame, and the fame only comes by putting up stats. No one wants to tank on purpose, especially if you're a player. Okay, so let's just start off. By the way, all the records recorded are of the 13th of January. I have not updated them, but the bottom 4 teams in the NBA are the Atlanta Hawks, the Golden State Warriors, the New York Knicks, and the Cavaliers. So basically what's up is the Hawks are currently 8-32, worst league record in the NBA. The Warriors are 9-32. Knicks are going to be 11-29. The Cavaliers have 12 wins and 27 losses. So basically what's up here is that the Cavs, post LeBron, not looking too hot. The Knicks post Ewing, I guess, yeah. The Knicks post Ewing have been consistently ass. And the Warriors, since the injury bug, remember, I think it was 2 years ago, people were like, the Warriors have the injury bug, Draymond, Clay, KD, everyone's getting injured. No one ever said, dude, okay, no one has seen the injury bug like this. The Warriors, Kevin Durant tore his Achilles. I know he's not even on the team anymore, but he was still affected by the injury bug. Klay Thompson tore his ACL. Stephen Curry then breaks his hand, and Draymond Green, he's playing like he's injured. Hey, Draymond Green is playing like he's injured out here. Okay, so let's just get right into it. I'm gonna start off who I think is gonna be the number 4 seed. I think the Hawks are gonna be the number 4 seed because now that they have John Collins back, he's a great big man. He can shoot the 3. He's athletic. He can get the rebounds. And he was actually in my top 10 big man, top 10 center. Is he a center or power forward? I think he was either in my top 10 power forward or top 10 center video, and I picked him at bottom 5 out of the 10. But regardless, he's still a great player. He's young, and I feel like with him and Trae Young, he will eventually catch fire. He's been putting up 29 points per game, but I think he might put up 35-point nights for 10 to 20 straight games. Because honestly, like I said, he's the only offensive piece for that team. So if you eventually give Trae Young the ball enough, he will continue to light up the league, and other players on his team will get more space because people are going to start double teaming Trae Young. Who else is on the Hawks that you have to double team? Nobody. Which is going to create more space for those players, and as a result, it's going to really lead to more wins for them. Honestly, trust me, Trae Young is going to really help this team out a lot, but not as much. He's going to help them out, but not to get to the playoffs or even the top 25 teams. The Hawks are going to be consistently ass, trust, but they're going to be better than the Warriors, the Knicks, and the Cavaliers in my opinion. So with the Hawks being number 4, this is what they pretty much want. They are going to want James Wiseman. They're going to then want Anthony Edwards. Jaden McDaniels, but they do not want a point guard. If they get a point guard, it's over. There is no reason for them to get a point guard. They don't want Jaden McDaniels either, who is a small forward. Okay, they want a guard or a center, a shooting guard, that is, because honestly, you have I think you have Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter both playing for the Hawks right now. Why would you bring in another young small forward to just take away development and minutes? That's not what you want to do. The Hawks are most likely going to target James Wiseman because he's an amazing center, and that would be a great duo, Trae Young and James Wiseman. But at the same time, Anthony Edwards, he can be like, so like Trae Young is getting comparisons to Steph Curry. Now Anthony Edwards, he's no 3-and-D guy like Klay Thompson, but he could definitely be a sidekick or even just a star right alongside Trae Young. So that's what I'm looking for here. But honestly, they're projected to go number 2 or number 4, and the 4th best player in the 2020 mock draft so far is Jaden McDaniels. That's not who they want, but if they don't get Jaden McDaniels, the only player that should be left theoretically is Nico Mannion, who was a point guard. So basically, Hawks fans, pray that your team is just consistently ass, because the only players you do not want are LaMelo Ball, Nico Mannion, and Jaden McDaniels. Unfortunately, you guys are going to get all 3 of those guys if you guys don't get one of the top 2 picks. Like I said, James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards. Fill in the center or shooting guard position. Everything else has already been filled. You don't want to take away minutes from Young, John Collins, or the 2 young small forwards. So yeah, that's that. Now moving on, you have the Knicks. So basically, I think the Knicks are going to be like the 3rd best team out of this squad, which means that they're going to most likely get the number 3 pick, because I don't think you understand this. The money they used for B-level players is actually pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure they have Taj Gibson, Julius Randle, Bobby Portis. Those are B-level players. No, Taj Gibson, hey, no offense to that guy, he like D-level at this point, I'm sorry. But the other 2 power forwards, or big men in this case, are really freaking good. Those guys are really good, trust me. Julius Randle is like a really, I was about to say really skinny Zion, but everyone look, okay, yeah, I'll say it. He's a really skinny Zion, because everyone looks skinny to Zion. Bobby Portis looks like a toothpick to Zion, but hey, just like, hey, those guys are really good. They're Bobby Portis has a solid 3-point shot. Julius Randle was like a bowling ball running into the rim. Look, those are 2 good guys. And of course, you have the young guys, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina. All those young guys, they're eventually going to have decent games. Dennis Smith Jr. has been playing so ass, though. I'm not even going to lie. That dude's been playing like freaking garbage. That dude has been doing nothing. No offense to him, you know, the Knicks, shitty franchise. No offense to the Knicks fans or the Knicks organization. Actually, that was pretty messed up. I just said your entire franchise was crap. Hey, I'm sorry. That's my bad. But it is what it is. You guys use money for B-level players, and that's going to lead to you guys getting the 3rd pick, most likely. And who do the Knicks want? Well, they actually have they've been garbage for so long that they've basically filled up every single position with a young guy. But their small forward position, Kevin Knox is playing terribly. Dennis Smith Jr. has been playing terribly. But at the same time, you don't want another point guard because you already have 2 young trash guards, and you still want to see if they can develop. You don't want to get a center. Mitchell Robinson has been actually pretty decent. He tries his best, okay? No, actually, yeah, no, forget that. Okay, what you're gonna want to do if you're the Knicks is you're basically gonna want to get rid of Mitchell Robinson. That dude's playing like garbage right now. No offense, he's trying his best, but I just don't. I would rather just take the best player in the draft if you're the Knicks. And honestly, if James Wiseman or LaMelo Ball are still there, I would take them. But then if not, then I would take Anthony Edwards, who is most likely going to be the 3rd pick in the draft, or he's been rated the number 3 player in the draft. And I would take him because RJ Barrett is a shooting guard or a small forward. You can put him at either position. Anthony Edwards, if he wants to play small forward or shooting guard, college lists him as shooting guard, so put Edwards as shooting guard, and then you have Barrett at small forward. Mitchell Robinson, like I said, if you can't get James Wiseman, I guess you just have to keep Robinson. You're just gonna have to keep Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank Ntilikina. And then at the power forward position, you have Julius Randle. Okay, the dude, you gave him like a 3-year, $64 million deal, and that's just the most idiotic thing I've seen in my life. But you know, you guys are the Knicks, so it's pretty smart coming from you guys, considering all the other terrible shit you guys have done in the past. Moving on, who I think the number 2 seed is going to be Cavaliers. Once Kevin Love is traded, the team is going to perform even worse than they already are. It's actually pretty embarrassing. But yeah, you know, it's insane what they're doing right now, because, you know, the 2 young guards, Darius Garland and Colin Sexton, are actually playing pretty decently. But Kevin Love, once he's traded, the team's going to go downhill. Kevin Love is actually doing a decent amount for the team, but, you know, he's been having some slight chemistry issues. Let me just say that. And once he's traded, what do you want? You want some young guys, obviously. I don't know who they're gonna get. Like, no idea. I don't know who you're gonna pick up from Kevin Love, but they're not gonna get someone better than him. Maybe someone younger, but still not as good at that age. So what's gonna happen is the Cavaliers are gonna continue to drop. They're gonna be like number 2 in the entire league. They're gonna get the number 2 pick, in my opinion. That's what I think they're gonna get. And then in that point, this is actually kind of sad. You really don't want LaMelo Ball or Nico? Is it Nico or Nico? Nico Mannion. Is it Mannion or Mannion? Okay, it's Mannion. You're basically not gonna want the guards, because you already have 2 point guards or shooting guards. Darius Garland, the shooting guard, I think is a point guard. But yeah, I guess you could take Anthony Edwards, who is a shooting guard, but I still wouldn't take him, because he is a guard. Like I said, if you have 2 point guards out, I guess it's okay. You know, new age of basketball. But Anthony Edwards, if you want to move him to small forward, that's a really small lineup you're running out there. 3 guards, I just wouldn't do it. But the Cavaliers, they're gonna want James Wiseman. The Cavaliers are gonna have the number 2 pick. But if they can't get James Wiseman, because the next team that I'm about to mention, then Jaden McDaniels, a small forward, I don't like him. I wouldn't do it. He's like I guess you could trade. Remember what the Hawks and Mavs did? I think the Hawks traded down to let the Mavs trade up, and then the Cavaliers, or vice versa on that one. But the Cavaliers, I think they might trade down and be like, might as well, if we're just gonna be getting Jaden McDaniels, we might as well drop to the number 4th pick, and then get a couple draft picks for the future, especially if there's a team that really wants LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards. That makes plenty of sense to me. Like, I would do it. But yeah, that's that for the Knicks. Sorry, Cavs, Knicks, they're both trash. No offense to you guys. Like, seriously though, like, hey, actually the Cavs did win a championship this past decade. The Knicks, it's been several decades since you guys had a chance. I'm sorry for that. And if anyone says like, oh, the Carmelo Anthony Knicks had the chance, no, they didn't. Okay, no, they didn't. He was good, but he wasn't. No. Okay, come on. Now moving on. I'm just ruining these franchises. I feel really bad. Now moving on, the Warriors. I think if Curry and Thompson do not return, the Warriors are gonna get the number 1 seed. These guys are playing with Draymond Green and D'Angelo Russell, and then a bunch of players from my local gym. Like, what the hell is this? Like, Jordan Poole, Eric Pascal. I think it's Pascal. Pascal. Yeah, it's weird. And people were like, Eric Pascal is really good. No, he's not. He's putting up good numbers on a shit team. All right, that's all it is. D'Angelo Russell, probably gonna get traded. Draymond Green looking like one of the biggest contract mistakes in the past decade, and like, guys, this team is so garbage. With Stephen Curry, they were getting blown out by 30 and 40. Now they're just getting blown out. Trust me, Warriors are going to be the number 1 pick, because the Hawks are going to play better. The Knicks are going to continue to play at a shit level, but not number 1 shit level. But and then the Cavaliers, once they trade Kevin Love, they're going to be bad, but not as bad as the Warriors. The Warriors have 1 offensive star and then Draymond Green. All right, so that's what they have. They're going to be the number 1 pick, and in my opinion, it's obvious. They're going to take James Wiseman. They need a center. And if they don't get James Wiseman, and people, I think there was a video on this, they were like, oh, then they're going to pick up LaMelo Ball. Why? Why would they ever do that? You have 2 guards already in Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. I guess you could move Klay to small forward, but at the same time, I mean, Klay's size is what really makes him stand out from other 3-and-D guards, because other 3-and-D guards are actually pretty small, like 6'2", 6'3", 6'5". That's shown by Avery Bradley, KCP, players like that. But Klay Thompson's like 6'6", 6'7". But you're gonna get rid of all that size if you put him at small forward. That size advantage is not gonna be as effective. It's not gonna be as useful. Which is why I think you should really pick up James Wiseman or Jaden McDaniels. If you don't want to pick up Jaden McDaniels because Jaden McDaniels will be recorded as number 4 in the draft, you could bring him. You could technically take Anthony Edwards and play him at small forward. You can try to like mash him into a small forward, but I wouldn't do it. I would just take James Wiseman because you are gonna have the number 1 pick. I would take that. In my opinion, that is the safest thing to do. And yeah, that will be that. So if you guys have any disagreements on how this seeding is gonna work, like I said, this is what I have right now. Currently, the Hawks are the worst, Warriors are second worst, Knicks are third worst, and the Cavs are 4th worst. But by the end of the season, in my opinion, the Hawks are gonna have the 4th pick, the Knicks are gonna have the 3rd pick, the Cavs are gonna have the 2nd pick, and the Warriors are gonna have the 1st pick. That is my opinion. But yeah, all these teams have different needs and wants, but at the same time, there is one consensus. They all need a good center. In the NBA, a lot of teams need a good center. James Wiseman is the answer for all their problems. But the problem is, the teams need the number 1 pick. Because whoever's getting number 1 is going to pick James Wiseman. Because right now, the Hawks, Warriors, and the Cavaliers all have really not good... I'm sorry. The Cavaliers don't have a really good point guard. They have a young point guard with potential, while the Warriors have a really good point guard, and the Hawks have a really good point guard. The Knicks, hey, they'll take them. LaMelo Ball, who'll be playing on the bright lights of New York, and it's kind of iffy. Lonzo choked in the bright lights of Hollywood, so I wonder how LaMelo Ball is going to do if he does get drafted to the Knicks. But like I said, the Knicks are going to have to get like the number 1 or number 2 pick, especially, actually, LaMelo Ball has been playing kind of ass. Look at his stats, get off the hype train and look at his stats. He's actually playing like garbage right now. But yeah, it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any disagreements, leave in the comment section down below. I'll love to debate with you guys. Yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and goodbye. And then I went and changed my life. I might take out the red tonight. Put your arms around me, baby. I just wanna fly, make it last.